Hey everybody, this is Strict9 with Strict9 GP and bringing you another episode of my Out of the Park Baseball 19 playthrough with the Phillies. We are into June now, about midway through June of the 2031 season. We just finished the draft a week or so ago. We played 62 games, so 100 games left, and you can see we're at 33 and 29. Playing really in some ways better than I thought we would be at this point. Still having problems with that starting rotation, but the offense is kind of hanging strong and the bullpen's looking really good. So we're still competitive. Right now, we're just 2.5 games out of first. We are tied with a lot of teams in that wild card race with not much room separating about 9 teams there. It's going to be a tight race, I think, overall for the playoffs. In terms of individual performances in both leagues, Brandon Kinsler is still having one heck of a year. I think he hasn't won an MVP yet, even though he's a 5-star player in the league. I think if he keeps it up, this could be his year. And he's really just had a great start to his career. Already at 180 home runs in just 6 seasons, or is that 5? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So great career for him so far. Justin Bellinger's still having a good year for Kansas City, Kansas City has the best record in baseball right now, which is a little bit of a surprise to me too, because the preseason predictions had the White Sox having a good year and Detroit started out strong, but Kansas City is really playing really tough right now. They overtook them, and Bellinger's probably a big part of that. Santana, who won the MVP a couple years ago, he's having a good year. If he keeps up, I think it'll be him and Kinsler battling for the MVP race in the American League. And then in the National League, it's still the Nationals leading the East. Cincinnati right now leads Milwaukee in the Central, but gosh, Milwaukee has been so tough in this playthrough. I would not count them out right now. It's pretty early. And then San Francisco's having a good year in the West. They have the best record in the National League right now. Ian Plyler's having a good year for the pitching. He's on pace for 20-plus wins, which is something he's never done, even though he's won the Cy Young Award, I think, 4 times. He's yet to get past 20 wins, so this might be the year he does that. And then for my team, Vargas is still leading the league and still in bases. I think Devers has shown up in the RBI race off and on throughout the year. And then Bobby Austin right now is leading the league in saves, so I'm really glad that I went with him as my closer this year. He's so far exceeded my expectations on that. But I wanted to start out just showing what we did in the draft, a few picks, and then today I'm going to play out a game. I'm going to play a home game against Arizona, who they're a little bit below 500 right now, but they have a shot, I think, at the wild card, and it could be a good matchup between us in this series. But I'll play one game out, the first game in the series. But looking at my draft, I had the 20th pick in that first round, and it's really hard to get like 4- and 5-star potential players, especially on offense when you're drafting that low. So I went with a guy, an outfielder, who my scout says he's a potential 3-star. I think OSA had him at 3.5, but he's got some good individual ratings. If those pan out and he meets those, he's got good speed, a good defender, can play the corners in the outfield. This guy should potentially have a good career. And I started him out in the short season A League, which is rare. But I'm going to see if I can fast track this guy to the majors. That's something I don't usually do, but I'm kind of liking where his ratings are right now, and I think he might have a chance of doing it. And then for the rest of the draft, it was just a mix between offense and got a few outfielders in this draft. I'm hoping that they might have a shot at making the roster eventually, but nothing really major to speak of. And I'm still I talked about this last episode, but I am still ranked dead last in the minor league system report. I don't expect that to improve anytime soon. In terms of how I'm looking so far through the 62 games, pitching, Urrutia is still having probably my best year in that starting rotation, followed by Kentelme, who's also having a pretty decent year. And those guys are my fourth and fifth starters. So that's still the problem I'm having is maybe there's some balance there, but there's no true number one starter. And I did make a trade for this Rivera. I traded away Loghead, who was a guy I picked up in free agency last year. He just didn't pan out, and I threw him out there and actually got a one-on-one offer from St. Louis for this guy who could potentially start, but I've got him coming out of the bullpen right now, and so far he's looked pretty good in 3 games, yet to give up a run. I think it was probably a better move to get Loghead out of the get him out of that starting rotation. But I replaced him with Medina. Medina so far hasn't looked all that great in the 5 starts that he's done. As a starter, he's 4.50 ERA. The WHIP isn't too bad at 1.14, so I still think he was an improvement over Loghead, but we'll see how he does for the rest of the year. And then in the lineups, right now I'm dealing with a potential injury from Arenthal, which would be huge because Royce Lewis went down, and he went down for 5 weeks, and I think right now he's still got 4 weeks to go. So I can't afford to lose Arenthal. I hope this is just a minor injury. He's been playing pretty well in place of Lewis, but I definitely can't afford to lose him. And then in terms of overall performances, Vandenhoeven has started to hit a little bit better, but he's having a pretty weak year so far. Barge has dropped off a lot. His average is down to 269. I'm starting to worry that he's going to prove to be a bust, and he's not going to meet the potential that he had those first 3 years in the league. And then Vargas still having a great year, and Elman having a great year as well. Although Elman, he's a free agent after this year, and he's injury prone, and I don't think I'm going to offer him a contract. And if things don't pan out, we get close to, I'd say, around the All-Star break or trading deadline, if we're starting to tank, I may throw him out there as a trade bait, see if I can get a prospect, definitely a starting pitcher prospect for him. Let's see, I think that's all I wanted to cover. Let's go ahead and play out this game. It's going to be a home game, so I haven't shown off the Citizens Bank Park yet. Looks like we're matched up pretty evenly. Maybe even the advantage might be going to our side based on these ratings here at the beginning. But they're going to go with a lefty, Josh Yoakum, who's a 3-star pitcher and has 3 strong pitches. This could be a pretty tough outing for us. I think we match up a little bit better in that lineup against righties than we do lefties. And then for me, I'm going with Lockfeld, who has been, like usual, he's been really up and down. And then I'll have to have Cameron Tennessee, who is the rookie, or he's not a rookie, he played a little bit last year, but I called him up when Lewis went down, so he's going to have to step in at shortstop with the injury to Arenthal. And then I'll be going with that, mainly my righty lineup. Carson Kelly will be the catcher. I'm going to move things around, though. I'm going to put Neidiger in place of, well, let me go here to the lineup screen and shake it up a little bit. I'm going to put Neidiger in place of Tennessee. I'm going to move Elman up to 4th. Oh, what happened there? Putting Elman, he's going to be playing right field. And Vandenhoeven, let's see if that works out a little bit better for us. With Barge batting 8th against the lefty. I don't know how he's doing. His ratings against lefties are so-so. And then for the year, He's batting 179, so he's struggling against lefties for sure. I might have to think about some more platoon against lefties. I think the way I had it with Lewis, when Lewis was in the lineup, I think I had Barge sitting about every fifth game or so against lefties. I may have to increase that. So if we're ready, we'll go ahead and get started. Pretty bright field there. Looks good though. So we got Adam Hall leading off for Arizona. Looks like he's got some pretty decent speed, but I'm going to play him straight away. And the wind is blowing out to left, so that might favor the home run today. And first batter strikes out, and then that brings up Salas, who's he's struggling with his average a little bit. I'm going to play him straight away as well. 3-0 count. This is where Lockfeld really has a trouble. He just gives up so many walks. So we got a guy on first now. Fortunately, he doesn't have a whole lot of speed. So Bryce Harper, who's playing for Arizona, man, you look, he's really cold right now. You look at his average, it's below 200. I'm going to play the double play depth and keep everybody else in the outfield straight away. 1-1 count, and he hammers it to center. That's going to get down. So base hit. We got runners at first and second with no out. Brings up Burton Neiman, who is a pull hitter. He's got some pretty good power. I'm still going to keep the infield at double play depth, and I'm going to shift that outfield to the right. And it's 0-2 count, and the ball gets away from Kelly. So that's a wild pitch. Holy cow, so that's going to change things. I'm going to bring the infield in, and let's see if we can get lucky here. It's full count now, he walks him. Not a good start for Lockfeld. That's going to bring up Mikey Polanski. Like that name. He's a normal hitter, but he's got some decent power. I'm still going to play the infield in, though. See if I can't save a run. It's 2-1. He gets it down to first. Vandenhoeven throws home, but they were unable to get the runner at first. But still, good play. Brings up Ben Hurd, who he's also a pull hitter. Let's see if his ratings against righties. Yeah, he's got some pretty good power there. I'm gonna shift everybody right. And Lockfeld already at 23 pitches. I hope he can get out of this. It's full count. And he struck him out. Wow, what a wild inning. But no runs on the board. But I have a feeling my bullpen's coming in early on this one. So we got Vargas starting out against Yoakum. And it's 2-0 count. And he hammers it deep to center. And that's in the stands. Good job for Vargas. He's showing some power this year. So we're up 1-0. Nottinger comes up, 2-0 count, and he lines it to right. That's going to get down for a base hit. Nottinger, he's starting a little bit more this year because of sitting Ochoa against lefties, but he's not having a great year. You can see his average is just 188. Now Devers is up. This guy's got a great catcher arm, and Yoakum 15 out of 20 at holding runners. So I think I'm going to do something different here. I'm going to run and hit. Crazy, but and there he goes, and he lines it into the outfield. So good piece of hitting there from Devers. Runners at the corners now, no out with Elman up. It's 1-2 count. He's going to swing away. And he hammers it deep to center. This is going to bring a run home at least. So he caught it, but a good sacrifice fly there. So we're up 2-0. And Vandenhoeven up with 1 out. And Devers on the base. 2-2 count. And good play by the shortstop to get to that one. Looked like a pretty hard hit, but we scored 2 runs in the inning, so that's a good start for us. Usually, I've struggled when I'm playing out these games, but Phil Ord, a right-handed batter, I'm going to play him straight away. 1-2 count, and he grounds it down to second, and that should be 1 away. Now, Ali Sanchez is up, who he played for us last year as a backup catcher. He's listed as a pull hitter, but I think I'm going to play him straight away as well. And it's a full count. And he check swing, walked him. Man. That's going to be Lockfeld's 3rd walk of the game. And Sanchez has some pretty decent speed with the pitcher up. I'm going to play the corners in and hold the runner. First pitch, he bunts it down to 3rd, and their only play is going to be to 1st. So he did move the runner over to 2nd. Now we got top of the lineup back up for them with Adam Hall. 1-0 count. He grounds it down to Vandenhoeven. He's going to step on 1st to end the inning. So we're still up 2-0 after 1.5. We got Cameron Tennessee leading off, and he lines it down to 1st. Should be an easy out. He's going to get some more playtime now with Lewis and potentially Arenthal out. Carson Kelly up now. He's having a pretty decent year. 284 average, 4 home runs. But he swings and misses on a 1-2 count. Now we got Barge up, 0-1. And he hits it fairly deep, but that should be playable. And it is. So 1-2-3 inning. We go to the 3rd. Salas up. I'm going to still play them straight away. It's full count, and he walks him. That's his 4th walk of the game. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with Lockfeld, but I don't think I want to re-sign this guy. Playing double play depth against Harper, who got a hit his last time up. It's a 1-2 count, and he strikes out. So Lockfeld now up to 54 pitches. That was his 3rd strikeout of the game. And I'm going to double play depth again. Even though Neiman's a pull hitter, I'm going to play everybody straight away. It's an 0-1 count. And he gets down to pass Barge. Should have had the shift on. Oh, but some aggressive base running, and Salas is thrown out at 3rd from Elman. Elman has a great arm, 15. So they've got some speed. But Kelly has a good arm, and Lockfeld really does have a good hold rating. I'm going to throw to 1st just to drive him back. I'm going to hold the runner. I'm going to hold the runner and play everybody straight away. Oh, and that might find the gap. It does. And it's probably going to bring a run. Nope, they hold the runner at 3rd. That's a good hit, though. So now we got 2 outs. 2nd and 3rd with Ben Hurd up, who is, he's got some good, I'm going to play everybody to shift right. He's got some pretty good power from that left side. It's 2-0 count, and he hammers it, and that's going to bring in 1 run, maybe 2. Yep, going to tie the game. So Lockfeld's not going to make it. This might be a really quick outing for him. And Ort pops it up. Who's going to get there? Looks like Tennessee gets it. So it's tied at 2 now. We're going to the bottom of the 3rd. And Lockfeld leads it off. He works a full count and then strikes out. That's going to be Yoakum's 2nd strikeout of the game. That brings up Vargas. He's up to 12 home runs now. First pitch, he's swinging, but that's going to be easy out to the first baseman. That brings up Neidiger, who got a hit his last time up, and he draws a walk. So we were able to run and hit last time with Devers up. I'm not going to try that this time. I'm just going to have him swing. And it's going to be an easy grounder to 2nd, so that'll do it. So through 3, we're tied at 2. And 64 pitches now for Lockfeld. 4 walks. And Ali Sanchez is leading it off. It's a 3-0 count. I'm about to take him out. I'm really about to take him out. So I'm going to play the corners in and hold that runner. And he bunts it down to third. And he throws it to second. And they got the lead runner, so good play by Devers. And I'm going to play the double play depth on Hall, who's, I think he's 0 for 2 so far. First pitch, he's swinging. It gets it to Vandenhoeven. Oh, but they throw the ball away. So that's going to be an error on Vandenhoeven. So now we got Salas up, 1 out. I'm going to play double play depth. It's an 0-2 count, and he cranks it through the infield, and now we got bases loaded. I've had enough of Lockfeld. Oh boy, but I don't have anybody to really put in there. I've got some guys who are tired. All right, let's see if he can get through it, but I feel like this is probably going to be a bloodbath. 2-2 to Harper. He swings and strikes out. And that's going to bring up Neiman, who's 1 for 1 and a walk. I'm going to shift everybody right. And it's a 1-2 count. And it looks like he popped him up. And Tennessee gets it. So Lockfeld gets through the inning without giving up another run, but not a solid inning. And now we got Aylman leading off. He drove in a run with a long sacrifice fly, and he lines it to the left, but that's going to be caught. And Vandenhoeven up, 0-2 count, and he gets under it a little bit. Looks like that's going to be short pop up to center. And now Tennessee, the last chance we got in this inning, and he gets under it a little bit. Pretty good hit, but that's going to be caught and left. So we played 4. We got Lockfeld's going to have to give me another inning, I think, with the bullpen the way it is right now. Too many tired guys, and he's got another full count, and he walks him. Play the double play depth, and I'm going to hold that runner. And down to Devers to second to first, so Lockfeld's been really lucky. A couple good plays behind him today. And Ort comes up, 2-1 count. He pops up to center, and that'll be it. So go to the bottom of the 5th, still tied at 2. Carson Kelly leads off. He's worked a full count, and he's going to pop it up to right. I don't think that'll get down. It does. It gets down, so good hit for him. That's the 5th hit of the game, 4th hit of the game for us. And that's going to bring up Sean Barge. Kelly's pretty slow. 1-1 count. Barge lines it out to the left, so that's going to be good job. Got down for a hit there. So now I got a dilemma because I've only got 2-3 really healthy guys there in the bullpen. And or at least they're not tired. I guess I could go with Carvente. No, he's 45%. Castro's at 63%. I might could go with him if I needed. And Wright, no way. He's just too tired. But we're in the 5th inning. Rozier could probably give me a few innings if I needed him to. I think I really need to get some bats in here. So they're going to keep Yoakum in. And I've got Ochoa, Molina. I'm going to go with Riley, who's righty, one of my few righty guys on the bench. And let's see if we can get something going. 0-1 count. He's swinging, and gosh, and what happened there? Boy, I think that was a graphical glitch. So it looks like they got the double play, but man, that is weird. I think they're still working on some of the graphics of this game. I don't know if I can replay that. I'm assuming they meant that to be a throw, but wow, that's pretty cheesy. So now 2 outs with Vargas up, runner on third. First pitch, he's swinging. Nope, they walk him. So Vargas showing showing how dangerous he is there. I've got Nottinger up. Boy, I'd like to send Vargas to second, but I think I'd rather give Nottinger a chance to hit. And he's going to jam him and pop it up, so that should do the inning. Yep. So now 2-2, and we're going to have to start bringing in the bullpen. So Rozier coming in for Lockfeld, and Sanchez leads it off. It's an 0-2 count. And he grounds it down to short. Should be an easy out. Whew. I wish they would tighten that animation up too. That just looks so crazy. Maybe there's a setting for it. I'm not sure. And they're keeping Yoakum in there, so he's gonna bat. And Rozier got a full count going. He grounds it to Sparge at second. Easy out. And that brings up Adam Hall, who's 0 for 3 today. He's swinging first pitch, and looks like he popped him up. And Barge is going to get there, so 3 up, 3 down. And Rozier is going to have to give me probably 2 innings. Now Devers coming up against Yoakum. Devers is 1 for 2 today. 0-1 count, and he lines it to the gap, and that's going to get down. That should be extra bases. So he slides into second. Might get a good rally going here in the bottom of the 6th. Ailman up now. Yoakum's still in. It's a 1-2 count, and he hammers it deep to left. Please get over the fence. But nope. It drops. And he's going for third. Whoa. How about that? So it bounced in, and Ailman picks up a triple. That's his second triple of the year. Good job for him. Now Vandenhoeven up, no out. He needs to drive that run home. And they're going to walk him on 4 pitches. So that's going to bring up Cameron, Tennessee. Same deal. We just needed a long fly ball here. It's a 1-1 count. And that may be what we got. And that's going to fall in at center. 1 run scores. So Tennessee winds up at second with a double. It's 4-2. No out still. Carson Kelly up, who got a hit his last time up. First pitch, he's swinging. And they're going to walk him. So Barge is now going to be up with the bases loaded. And they're going with the lefty Ernesto Sotelo out of the bullpen. It's a 1-2 count. Come on, Barge. Put the bat on the ball. And he hits him. So we're going to have bases loaded now. And I'm going to let Rozier bat here. With no outs, maybe he can get a long fly. And he grounds it to second. They're going home with it. And he's out at home, but they didn't get the double play. So still just 1 out. Vargas up. He's 1 for 2 with that home run. He got an intentional walk his last time up. And they're leaving the lefty pitcher in, and he hammers it down to the left. That's going to get into the corner. Extra bases. So 2 runs come in. Oh, man, Vargas is having a great game. It's now 7-2. Chad Nottinger up, which is still 1 out. It's a 3-1 count. And grounder that gets through the infield. I'm going to let him go. And runner's coming home, and Vargas is going to score. So 9-2, we found the offense today. And they're leaving Sotelo in. Devers up. I'm just going to let him swing away. It's 3-1 count. He draws a walk. Big inning for us. Been a while since I've seen that in a playthrough, in an actual playing out the game. Ailman up. He had a great hit his last time up. That's a wild pitch. Gets away from the catcher. So runners at second and third now with 1 out. It's a 1-2 count though, and he can't get the bat on the ball, so strikeout. So now we're 2 outs. Vandenhoeven up. He's 0 for 2 today. They did walk him last time up, and he struck out. So big inning though, 7 runs. Man, we just exploded. And they're going to lead off with Salas. I'm going to leave Rozier in there. And he strikes him out. And now Bryce Harper up. He's 1 for 2, I think. 1 for 3 today. Full count. And he draws the walk. He's still got a good eye. He still draws a lot of walks. I'm going to play double play depth. And I know I got burned a little bit with that. You know what? I'm going to go, instead of double play depth, I'm going to shift to the right. And this guy's a pretty big pull hitter. And first pitch, he's swinging, and he lines it out to center. And Vargas has it. He gets there in time. So 2 outs. So that brings up Polanski, who's 1 for 2. I'm going to play him straight away. 0-1. Harper's running. And it looks like he's going to get there. That's his 5th stolen base of the year. And Mikey Polanski now 0-2. He grounds it through the hole, and it looks like that might score a run. Elman throwing home, but not in time. So it's 9-3 now with Ben Hurd up. He's a pull hitter. I'm gonna shift them all to the right and see if we can get out of this inning with no more damage. It's 2-1 count. Check swing, throw to first, but he's safe. 3-1, and he gets under it a little bit. I don't know if nope, that's gonna fall. So runners at first and second. Phil Ord up. Let me check. Let me visit the mound and see how Rozier's doing. All right, I'm going to leave him in for at least one more batter. Phil Ord's 0 for 3 today. It's 0-2 count. Oh, and he gets it out to left. That's going to get down. They're not going to score a run, but Ali Sanchez up. One more. Just give me one more out. 1-1 count. And he gets it down to Devers at third. The throw to first, and that'll do it. So we're at the 7th inning stretch, up 9-3. Man, I'm liking that offense that we're showing today. And they're leaving in Sotelo, who his line's been pretty bad. 3 earned runs in just 1 inning. Tennessee up. He had a big double his last time up. And he's going to be... Oh, he gets drilled. Man, I wonder if that was intentional. Carson Kelly up now. 1-2 count. And he gets him swinging. And they've got another lefty in, Luis Rivera, for Barge. 1-2 count. And he grounds down the first, and they get the double play. Barge's not having a good game. So they're going to have Picarilli up. And the guy's got some good ratings there. I think I'm going to have to go... I'm going to go with Morel here. I know he's a righty, but after Picarilli, they've got a couple righties coming up. And I think I'm going to play outfield straight away. Now I'm going to shift everybody right. Just a weak shift right in the infield. And it's 2-2 count. And he gets him swinging. Morel's having a pretty good year for me. He's a guy I signed last year. He's a 4.5-star reliever. Looking pretty good this year. 46 strikeouts now in 30 innings. Adam Hall up. It's 2-1 count. And he hammers it to the left. I think that's going to get into the corner. That'll be a double. So Luis Salas up now. I'm just going to leave everybody straight away. It's 1-2 count, and he gets all of that one. And that's going to be a home run. So it's 9-5 now. I can't afford this. Come on. Come on, Morel. Pretty atypical of him. It's 2-2 against Harper. He gets it past Devers at third. That's going to be enough for a double. I'm going to see if I can bring in a lefty here. Wow, I didn't really want to do that, but I think Morel's just not looking solid today. And I'm going to play everybody straight away. And he's going to get that one to the corner, and that's going to score another run. So the bullpen's about to blow it here if we don't watch out. Mikey Polanski up. He's 2 for 3. He's had a good game. It's a 1-2 count. And he strikes him out. Now that brings up Ben Hurd. He's a pull hitter, so I'm going to play the shift to the left. And he's swinging on that first pitch. He may have popped him up. And there we go. So Barge gets to it. It's 9-6 now in the bottom of the 8th. Ramon Castro leads it up off, so I'm gonna substitute it for him. I'm gonna bring in Molina here for Castro. Molina's having a really good year, batting .357. And looks like he might be swinging on that first pitch. He is, and he grounds it down to second. Should be easy out. And Vargas up now 2 for 3 with 3 RBIs today. Great game for him. And he swings and grounds it to short. And barely got him at first. It looks like it was close. Neidiger up, he swings and misses. So top of the 9th. And it's really time to go with Austin. I was hoping I wouldn't have to use him today. But not much choice now. Luckily, they're down to that bottom of their lineup. Hopefully that makes a difference. It's a 1-2 count on Phil Ort, first batter up. And he swings and misses. That's Austin. He has 35 strikeouts in 28 2/3 innings. Ali Sanchez up, first 1-0 count. He pops it up to right. Ailman should get there. So they're down to their last out. Shamar Harrison. Pretty decent pinch hitter there, 289 batting average. It's an 0-2 count. And he swings and misses. So that's how it ends. Great game for us. Offensively, not so much pitching-wise. I really hate that Morel gave up those 3 runs. But overall, great game offensively, especially from those 1 through 4 hitters. Neidiger 2 for 4. He came through with a good game. Vargas, another great game from him. And then Ailman 1 for 3 with 2 RBIs. Barge did get a hit. I didn't realize that. Forgot about that. Tennessee got a hit. Vandenhumen struggled, but he did score a run, drew a walk there. Lockfell was shaky, really shaky. He was lucky they only gave up those 2 runs, but 6 walks in 5 innings. Rozier will pick up the win, and Austin gets his 20th save, league-leading 20th save, I should say. And the player of the game was Vargas. No real surprise on that one. So that was a lot of fun. Last few times I've played, it's been really hard to get some offense going, so I was glad to see that in this playthrough. Picked up a few awards there. I guess that's just because I haven't really played out many games, but that's kind of cool. I batted around, scored 7 runs in an inning, and finally a victory. Oh man, that's sad. So that'll do it for this episode. I'll probably get back to simming after this and get up to the All-Star break or trading deadline, probably a little bit beyond the All-Star break. I think right now Vargas has a good chance at making the All-Star team. The All-Star voting, if I'm not mistaken, I think he's I don't know if this will show it. They usually do it with that. Well, I'm not sure how this is working. But I know the last one that came through, I think he was getting some votes at center. Yeah, he was the leading vote getter at center, so that would be awesome for him. He's yet to make an all-star uh, the all-star game, and he's under 26 years old. I really like the way he's developed. I hope he turns into a good player. Um, I've really liked how he's developed so far, and he started young. I was able to call him up really young, and he's having a good career. I just hope he can keep it up. But that'll do it for this episode. As always, I thank you for your subscribes and the likes and the comments. And thanks for watching. And hopefully you enjoyed this episode. And hopefully we'll keep winning and still be in the hunt for the playoffs. And I will see you next episode. Thanks.